like home.
I like her. Me too.
Please welcome your host for this evening, Hazel Irvine.
Well, good evening, friends, fellow Scots, fellow lovies, or should that be McLovies? Anyway, lend me your lugs, ladies and gentlemen, because it's time to celebrate the best and the brightest bits in Scotland's screen industries. And it is my special pleasure to say hello to all of the viewers watching online this evening who are doubtless keeping half an eye on who stoats up here on stage whilst trying to watch Strictly and I'm a Celebrity at the same time. Modern life is great, isn't it? So good luck with all of that. Now, before I go any further, I take nothing for granted. For there may be quite a few of you out there who are still a little confused about which one of the BBC's many blondes I am. Well, I'm not the tennis one, I'm not the horsey one, I'm not the one who did Strictly. I'm not the long-haired Scottish one who does the rugby, I'm the short-haired Scottish one who does the golf, the snooker, all the Olympic stuff, and the one who once at the Sydney Olympic Games in the year 2000 uttered the immortal closing line after Sir Steve Redgrave's 5th rowing gold medal in the four. Let's hear it one more time for Britain's coxless men. You see, you'll always remember me now. 27 years of doing sport on the telly, everybody coxes it up occasionally. But what a summer it was for sport here, with the best Commonwealth Games ever in Glasgow. Once again, we were reminded, yes, that's worth a cheer, definitely. We were reminded about all that is great in sport: tension, split-second decisions, and the refusal to admit defeat. And that was just Sir Chris Hoy trying to get the top off that baton. In fact, it's been quite a year for Scotland in total, hasn't it? And now, after months of talk and speculation, argument about whether it would be a yes or a no, we can safely say, yes, it was indeed a thumping win for Europe at the Ryder Cup at Gleneagles, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant return here. Well, what did you think I was talking about? The referendum. Oh, the referendum, that's right. The joyous, unifying, fun-filled 2-year carnival of democracy, which reached its compelling conclusion in front of the world's television cameras. You know, normally the only big decision that Scotland makes in September is whether to put the heating on or not. But what a huge amount of heat and energy it produced, and masses of hot air as well. Stuff the oil revenues. If we could harness some of that, we really could make Scotland the Saudi Arabia of renewables. But it is, in all seriousness, amazing to think that over a third of the world's population probably will have watched a television broadcast from Scotland this year, whether it be the Ryder Cup, the Commonwealth Games, the MTV or Europe Awards, or indeed a River City repeat. And other landmarks in 2014 included Jackie Bird, one of the great professionals celebrating 25 years on Reporting Scotland. She's the longest-serving presenter on the longest-running programme on Scottish television. Tonight, she is lying in a darkened room after another Children in Need marathon, but she sends her very best wishes to you all this evening. Who else? Well, Peter Capaldi travelled through time and space for an acclaimed debut in Doctor Who. I secretly was hoping that his Malcolm Tucker character would morph into the Time Lord and travel through the millennia screaming, "You guys are an epic effing omnishambles. You're so dense that light bends around you, you bunch of Dalek shites." But alas, no. But Peter makes a great Doctor Who, doesn't he? Going about in a stolen vehicle, threatening folk with a screwdriver. You'd never guess he was from Possil. David Tennant was a brilliant Doctor as well. David who's here recently played a starring role as Billy Connolly's son in What We Did on Our Holiday. Those two probably sat around manipulating their vortex and singing about jobbies. Tonight, David is here with his own dad, and I see he is minus the Richard III ponytail. Very fetching indeed, David. He is nominated for a TV award for the Escape Artist, a role I'm sure most of you will try to play when we're still giving out these awards in 3 hours' time. Too late, ladies and gentlemen, we've locked the doors. We'll also be saluting 3 ambitious, daring, and highly memorable movies: Filth, Sunshine on Leith, and Starred Up. And from those movies, I noticed that James McAvoy is here. In fact, he's right in front of me. We've seen an awful lot of James over the summer, not just as Detective Bruce Robertson, naked, nice, but also as a UNICEF ambassador at Celtic Park during the opening ceremony. And do you know, over £5 million was donated that night. James, congratulations to you and everyone that was part of it. And what a great partnership you had with Sir Chris Hoy. You know, you two should team up and do solving TV crimes in kilts in Scotland on the telly. What was his thighs and your eyes? That's a winner, mate, believe me. Also nominated for Best Film Actor tonight are Peter Mullen for Sunshine on Leith, and Jack O'Connell, who plays an authority-baiting, screaming ball of energy in Starred Up. And in case some of you are thinking that this is the story of a former First Minister's return to Holyrood, it's Jack O'Connell, not Jack McConnell. 2 very different characters indeed. But tonight we're getting together at a time when the film sector is facing a real period of challenge and opportunity. Funding and creating a major film studio are ongoing priorities, but we have got a lot to offer here. And Creative Scotland is working hard with other public bodies to draw international producers to our stunning locations, following the path beaten here by American fantasy drama Outlander. There's been plenty of innovation to celebrate, like the first original drama series for many years from BBC Alba. And tonight we will also be honouring 3 outstanding industry figures. The founder and former CEO of Wall to Wall Television, Alex Graham. In-demand Hollywood First Assistant Director, Tommy Gormley. And the undisputed queen of breakfast telly, Lorraine Kelly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 19 awards to hand out tonight. Every nominee has, in effect, made it to the medalist podium. But who will take gold tonight? If you don't win this evening, remember, dignity at all times. Take it with grace, and do not be tempted to follow in football manager Ron Atkinson's footsteps when he declared after a defeat, "I never comment on referees, and I'm not going to break the habit of a lifetime for that prat." So off we go. Our first award tonight is in television for Best Features or Factual Entertainment. And to present it, 2 rising stars. Together they feature in the cast of one of tonight's nominated television comedies, Miller's Mountain. Individually, they've enjoyed major success in My Mad Fat Diary and Sunshine on Leith. And tonight they're going to be the ones who walk out here to you. Please welcome Sharon Rooney and Kevin Guthrie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're all delighted to be here tonight on what's going to be an incredible evening. I might just say how stunning Sharon looks this evening. And also, Sharon, can I just tell you, I've had my time of it, but I have never felt taller. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Tonight's first award, let's look at the nominations.
Tonight, we bring you the Scottish accent as you've never heard it before, because when Tinseltown paints its tonsils tartan, this is what happens.
Hello.
You're coming with me.
Did you know that you were speaking to yourself?
But it just so happens I'm Scottish. And if you were a Scotsman, I'm ashamed to call myself one.
I'll die for Scotland, but not for him.
This Scottish stuff can be complicated.
This is my diary from 1981. I was 10. And this is what I've written on it. This is an oath. I, Karen D. Dunbar, swear one day to be on TV. It is an ambition. And I will fulfill it. FORFILL. A star is born. Signed, look, Hurley Swirly signature, so it's very serious. World, look out, here I come.
This is the first flat you've seen with us. It came on the market at the weekend. Other people have seen it now. There's a second viewing here today. And I would be misleading you if I didn't say this is a cracking flat at the right price, in the right location. You could see 100 flats and not see one as good as this.
It does seem to tick all the boxes we've asked for sure.
In 16 years and over 200 house hunts, I've only seen this once before. They clearly intend to make an offer here and now.
Hey! The envelopes are really hard to open for anyone that's opening one later. And the winner is location, location, location.
Have you got colour in your cheeks? Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth?
My goodness, it's fantastic. This is great, thank you so very much. We've got a show that's lasted for 15 years, so I guess by omission I can offend the most people with this speech. But I'd just like to really just thank, we're really pleased to have been up against John McClafferty and Hopscotch, some cracking programmes. I want to thank BAFTA for this award. I want to thank all at Channel 4, who are great champions of the show, Alex Menzies, Jill Wilson, all at Zodiac, who great supporters again, and relentlessly try and sell the show all round the world, and obviously the tireless phenomenon that is Kirsty and Phil. Series producer Emma Viliami, and unit manager Helen Moore, the rock without which we would become rubble very quickly. And most of all, really, it's the team that make it, many of whom are in this room tonight. It's a long-running show, and sometimes people have said to me that it must make itself. It truly, truly doesn't. This is for all those who work so very, very hard to make it look so effortless. Thank you very, very much.
Yes, Location was dubbed into Italian 3 years ago, and it was renamed Cambio Casa Finalmente. An Australian version was also launched in 2011, and it was renamed. Are you all shifted to a new posse? Sweet. Now, as one former England football manager, Steve McLaren, once said, we are not as good as we think we are. We just need to go out and prove that. But nothing could be further from the truth in the next award for animation, where Scotland produces talent in droves. And to present it, please say Cumrahahu to the face of BBC Alba, Fiona Mackenzie, and with her an Olivier Award-winning actor who's in cinemas now in the oh-so-tense thriller 71, Mr. Jack Loudon. Here they come.
All right. We were trying to think of something to say before, and the only thing I could think of was a bit of useful information. I used to live literally around the corner on York Street, and there's a strip of pavement that Glasgow City Council have yet to discover, so there's no markings on it. I used to park there all the time for free, so if you've got to do in the city centre and you don't want to pay for parking, York Street. Just so you know. Anyway, let's have a look at the nominations.
In a sense, the monkeys were hitchhikers. Conditions are perfect, and the sense of history in the making down here at ground control is growing. We have liftoff. Out into space they travel, proudly venturing where no man has gone before. Our tiny heroes paved the way for today's brave men.
Though hurricanes rise, though rise every wind, no tempest can equal the storm in my mind. Though loudest of thunders on louder waves roll, they're nothing to leaving my love on the
Thanks for the warning, Sharon. This really is difficult to open. And the winner is Monkey Love Experiment.
Under a table to get here.
Quite a mission, wasn't it?
Should have thought that out. We should have also. I wish they'd tell you if you were going to win, because then you'd know not to drink so much.
Are you going to apologise about your suit?
No.
I can't.
This suit is about 20% joke, 80% serious.
I can't really speak because mine doesn't match.
No. You could have put an effort in, G. Look at mine.
Yeah. Anyway, say thank people.
Okay, I want to thank Carolyn Sinclair Kidd from Hopscotch. She got this right from the start, and Paul Welsh from Digicult for his support. I want to thank
Ross Mackenzie, Great Scotland, and maybe apologise to all the people that we are probably not going to thank.
Yeah, we're going to thank Cameron Fraser, who produced this film. And we're going to thank, who else are we going to thank? We're going to thank Tobias Feltus for helping us all the way through.
Yeah, all right.
We're going to thank Atsi for his beautiful music, and John Cobbin for his sound.
Yeah,
and,
that's okay.
And who else are we going to thank?
That's enough.
We've never made a film with lots of people before, so we're not used to this. We usually just do it ourselves.
And we're speaking too much, so we need to go.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
we said
enough.
enough? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was a film about love, monkeys and moon landings. Ainsley and Will's next project is apparently about a French battery hen who lands on a comet 300 million miles from the Earth. It's taking 10 years in the planning and won't have a happy ending. The chicken ends up in pieces, little fillets. Do you not watch the news, you lot? Anyway, we are playing games right now, video games. This market continues to explode worldwide with millions of new players each year and pure hunters of cash being generated. And Scotland now has over 100 companies in this industry. In fact, nearly 30 games fought it out in this category. And we've all got a wee candy crush on our two guest presenters, BBC Scotland's ever glamorous Katrina Shearer, and from Game of Thrones, it's the Hound himself, Rory McCann.
For best game, we're presenting best game, and let's have a look at the nominees.
And the winner of the British Academy Scotland Award for Best Game is Grand Theft Auto.
We're not one for speeches, but thank you. Thank for everyone at Rockstar, and there's a lot of people's hard work has got into this, so thank you.
Yeah, we're really here as Muriel Gray's bodyguards tonight, so shout out to Muriel down there on table 34. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Isn't it amazing to think that the idea behind Grand Theft Auto was in fact originally based on those wee larrikins at Celtic Park and Ibrox who offered to look after your car, and from that a major industry has been born. Quite remarkable. Next up, it's Current Affairs, a job for the bold, the brave and the thick-skinned. Shh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, that's better. thick-skinned, especially here in Scotland this year. And to present it, an award-winning BBC journalist whose career spans over 30 years, during which time he's reported on momentous events from Iraq, the former Yugoslavia, South Africa and Moscow. He says his job has been like having a front row seat in the theatre of history, and it still hasn't given him a crick in the neck. Please welcome Mr. Alan Little.
Well, it's great to be back in Glasgow, where I started my life in TV news a long time ago, sharing a cubbyhole of an office in Queen Margaret Drive with an amazing young woman called Lorraine Kelly. And I tell you, I knew her before she was famous, and she was incredible even then. So it's a special delight for me to be here this year, of all years. Let's take a look at the nominees for Current Affairs.
See, the thing about most people is that, unlike me, they can't make up their mind about things. They're always dithering. Well, not me. I'm pure like that. I know what I want. And I know how to get it. Am I wearing this or is this wearing me? I'm not sure.
I'm starting to see how big this problem really is. What fascinates me about this and gets me really cross with the payday loan companies is they've had thousands of pounds off you and they're still saying you still owe them the original money. Yeah. How's that work? Yeah. Well, I want you to send me a list of exactly the names, the addresses and the companies that you've been dealing with. I'm going to give them the £3,000 back. And if they don't take it, I'll stick it up their arse. I'll make them take it. They have no defence whatsoever.
At any one time, Comic Relief can have tens of millions invested in the stock market. They use something called managed funds. Would anyone like to guess as to what kind of companies that these funds in turn invest in? Yes.
There wouldn't be anything that maybe might go against the charity or what they're striving to do.
Where do you think Comic Relief was indirectly investing up to £3 million? Tobacco companies.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
How many of you are surprised by that piece of information?
These are hard to open. Right. The winner is Dave, Lone Ranger.
Thank you very much. Dave, where are you?
Behind you.
There you go. I'd like to say a very big thank you, especially to Dave, to Channel 4, to the brilliant team at Fine Stripe who put this together. It wasn't an easy film to make, but I think that you've seen what's happened to the payday loan companies this year, that television like this has really helped put everything in its place. And I'd like to say a very big thank you to the people that normally don't get thanked, and that's the contributors who took part in this programme, because it was really tough for them and they'd been through a terrible time, and without them we couldn't have made the show.
I agree completely. And massive thank you to Channel 4, Jay Hunt, Jill Wilson, Nick Hornby. Also a massive well done to Fine Stripe, just couldn't have done it without them. Katie Lander, Ian Lilly, Eric Haynes, Roshannon, there's so many more. It really is. All the team up here in Scotland, not forgetting David H, back in the UK, I call it down south, Burnley. The team back there, of course, my lovely wife Nikki. Really enjoyed making the programme with the team. I think the payday loan companies prey on the poor and vulnerable, and that just really has to stop. I love making telly. I love making telly that makes a real difference to people's lives, and I know Ian and the team, Katie and everybody else, totally agrees with that. Huge amount of credit needs to go to them. I just can't believe a lad from Burnley who sells a few buses ends up in a wonderful room like this with wonderful people. I really, really have to pinch myself sometimes. Thank you so much to BAFTA and everybody else at Fine Stripe. Well done, Ian. Well done, Katie, and everybody else who has anything to do with it. Eric, without him, we couldn't have done it. Eric Haynes, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Lander, Ian Lilly, Roshan, and everybody else. God bless. Good night.
Every bolt of rivet steel, each cornerstone and angle, chamber juts and rusted water tower.
Yeah, real campaign television. That last year, Dave and the team took that particular BAFTA with the Bank of Dave, and now he's tackling, as he said, the payday loan companies. He's done the BAFTA double, and you never know, he might be back for the hat trick next year. Now, I take particular interest in the next award for Best Children's Programme. As the mother of a 5-year-old, I really have no choice in the matter. But this sector is really thriving, and to present our award is someone who's certainly young at heart. Thank you. You'll remember her as the lonely shopkeeper and Betty the old slapper in Chewing the Fat. She has starred in her own TV show, belted out the opening number at the Glasgow opening ceremony, a speed date with Scotland sequence that had just about everything in it, except Begbie glassing John Barrowman at the end of it. And she's currently brushing up her Shakespeare at the Donmar Warehouse in London. It's only Miss Karen Dunbar, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Scotland! What a year it's been for us, eh? Let's take a look at the nominations.
We're all over the place again, this time in Australia!
North, south, east, west, on a bizarre quest. That's all over the place. Everything is the same.
Only on this TV show.
Didgeridoo, didgeridoo.
Yes, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, come on! There's nothing to go under this totally ace, and it turns up all over the place.
Yours is gonna love it.
I could have sent an email, of course, but Drama likes getting proper letters with an envelope and a stamp. And anyway, Mum and Dad run the shop and post office here in Stray, and if nobody wrote letters from time to time, they wouldn't have anything to do.
Noises that fireworks make. Good. That firework's called disappointment. Next one. Stink bomb. Kirsty.
That's called the library firework.
Catherine. Next. Oh, that's the firework that's got asthma. Next. Nice, Romesh.
And the winner is Katie Moran!
Thanks very much. We were arguing on the train what we'd do. This is my wife, and we still argue all the time, but she's my boss. So I was kind of thinking about, nobody teaches you what to do at a BAFTA speech. You know, Peter Mullen does them all the time, and I could have asked him, but we've had one before, and it was for an audience award, and I got kissed by Charlene Spiteri, and I still haven't washed it. It was about 8 years ago. And when I came down, my partner said in a joke, why were you the only person who didn't change his voice and say, and I'd really like to thank my wife? And I didn't realise that that's what you're meant to do. You thank everybody, and you go, and I'd really like to thank my wife. But I did. She was the editor. So it's very complicated. If you write a script, you look like you're cocky. If you don't write a script, you look like you didn't want to win. If you drink too much, you're Ford Kiernan. So I've had one drink, and I've written some notes. Parmesan, hummus, Viagra. Oh, sorry. No, that's the Sanger one. I'll be really quick. This has been an amazing year. I don't know about all of you, but I've been completely obsessed with the referendum, and I'm sorry we didn't win, and I'm still wearing my badge. I kind of wondered whether, if we did win, would we be called a shafter? What? I was trying to work out, and then I was thinking, oh, maybe we could have a wee thing where we all put our masks into eBay, and we could try and get independence if we gave them the mask. Then I thought there'd be masks for independence would be MFI, and that wouldn't work either. I just really quickly so I would like to thank my wife. Were it not for her, this wouldn't have happened. We had the rights for 12 years, and she just went at it. I lost interest. I didn't want to do the bloody thing on Katie Morag, but she kept at it and kept at it. Then along came Sarah Harkins at BBC Scotland. Thank you, Sarah, for your support. And then along came an unnamed production company in London who tried to shaft us. And no, they didn't, honest. They were really nice. But we then met Kay, and Kay was so brilliant that she believed in us. Thank you very much, Kay. And the reason she believed in us is that we said we'd have Margaret Matheson with us, who is the grand dame of film. Thank you, Margaret, very much indeed. Really quickly, the crew were amazing. I don't know if any of you know Andy Harris, but halfway through the pre-thing, he does that when he speaks. This is not an effing children's drama. This is an effing feature film. And that's the reason it's good. It's got the values of a feature film. Thank you to the crew. Some of them are there. Thanks very much. We had a writers' team, 3 writers, Lindy, myself, Margaret, and we wrote collectively, and then each writer wrote the episode, and that worked very well. Thank you very much indeed. Michael Towner, Sarah Harkins, our BBC execs, Ewan Angus and Donalda McKinnon for giving us some money. Thank you very much, and for giving us your support. Creative Scotland, HIE, who have an office in Dingwall, and I have to mention Dingwall. How great, Dingwall at a BAFTA. HIE in Dingwall, the island of Lewis, who are amazingly supportive. Somebody from Lewis there. If any of you ever want to make a film, there's a studio there on a beautiful island and lots of lovely people. And last person I have to mention, really, thanks to Orla O'Connor. Orla and I went and saw, about 100 ginger people, and I used to be ginger, honest, and it made me feel great. And the 87th ginger person came in the room and said, "My name's Cherry, not Jerry." And Orla looked at me and I looked at Orla, and we found Cherry Campbell. Cherry Campbell is a joy, and her parents were amazing. Thank you to Cherry, thank you to David and Jill, and thanks very much.
So, hold on, sorry. So just one more person. Can I just thank Mary for the beginning of it and for the trust and the faith in us. Thank you. Mary Hedowitz, she's here as well.
Can I just say, on behalf of the BBC's youngest audience, huge thanks to Lindy and Don and everybody who made Katie Morag such a beautiful drama for CBeebies. I'm delighted to say the second series is already filmed and in post-production.
Heavens above, they're up for 3 children's BAFTAs next weekend. If they win all 3, it'll be a Katie Morag-a-thon by that standard. Fantastic, though. It's one of my daughter's favourite programmes, so congratulations to Cherry and all the cast and crew. OK, we've now come to the category for Best Television Actress, and our trio of nominees told stories about everything from mass murder to life as a teacher to the growing pains of an overweight teenager with a wee weakness for walnut whips. So who's going to win? Well, to quote former Rangers footballer Paul Gascoigne, Gaza, "I never make predictions, and I never will." but I know a man who has the answer. Yes, please welcome an actor who made us fall in love with Glenn Bogle in Monarch of the Glen. He's romanced Denmark's Prime Minister in the brilliant Borgen and has just recently gone all gothic on us in the latest TV version of Dracula. It is the charming Alistair Mackenzie. Hey, Scat!
Great honour to be here, and I think Hazel's amazing. I never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm going to start watching snooker. Okay, and the nominees are...
Are you calling me a liar? Perhaps you left the car because you were worried that you might be breathalyzed. I want you to leave.
Had you been drinking?
At 8:30 in the morning. Have you been drinking since, Mrs. Mulgrew? I want you to leave right now. Get off me! I swear I'll have no choice for this.
Get your lessons.
Love is a lesson to learn now. Time on these won't be baby man for me. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never make a bed out in the cold. You're just like a close sister to me.
Now tell that little girl she's fat.
I'm not going to do that.
Tell that little girl she's ugly.
I don't want to.
Tell that little girl she's an embarrassment and worthless and useless. Because that's what you do every single day when you say that to yourself. When you convince yourself that you're an embarrassment and a burden. But don't you think she's ugly?
No.
No? Or fat?
No.
No? Or an embarrassment? Or horrible or worthless?
Just stop it! No!
And the winner is... Shirley Henderson.
I really didn't expect that. That's just lovely. Sorry. Laurie and Sharon, you're terrific. Absolutely brilliant. So, I loved making Southcliffe. Sean Durkin just gave me an opportunity, and he was the sweetest natured director ever. I loved him. Tony Grisoni, it was a gift of a part you wrote. You made it easy for me. Eddie Marzan, Sean Harris, what can I say? I loved you to bits. If I could work with you every day, I'd be the happiest girl. Yeah, my wee sister's with me tonight, Natalie. I just want to say I love her. I want to thank her, my other wee sister Yvonne, and my mum for supporting me since I was a teenager. I love you to bits. This is for you. Thank you.
Yes, Southcliffe's such a beautifully haunting series, wasn't it? And Shirley, although she's too modest to say, is now the proud owner of a BAFTA Scotland Best Actress award in both television and film, because she won one some years ago. So congratulations, fantastic effort. Now, tonight's nominees in the Best Factual Series category are all distinguished by the clarity and power with which they explore the past. And to present it, someone with great journalistic clarity and power in the present, it is time to call Kay. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kay Adams.
Good evening, everyone.
everyone. How are you? You well? Good, 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 good. I can't tell you who the presenters coming on after me are, but they're practicing a paso doble at the moment, which might give you a little bit of a clue. Yes. Hazel, can I just say, what are you peeking at? She's peeking at the paso doble. I don't do that. I don't think you're nominated tonight, but can I say personally, I think you should be. You mentioned the Commonwealth Games. You played a blinder. You were absolutely fantastic. But here are the nominees for the Factual Series.
When I think of the number of lives that are soaked into this place, and imagine what it was like arriving here as a young guy from Scotland.
Extraordinary. I mean, this is extraordinary. Very excited to wonder what was going to happen. You know, what job you would get, how you would cope with it. We were just young boys who had no idea what the future might bring for you.
But the Mackay-Bennett's lasting legacy lies not just in the birth of modern-day telecommunications. It's also about her role in the most tragic incident in maritime history, the Titanic disaster. For the men on this Scottish steamer would play a heroic and until now, untold part in this tragedy, and in doing so, would come to be at the centre of a fascinating DNA mystery that would take over 100 years to solve.
She is saying, the fault is not mine, fella. The fault is yours. Her version of the story is here for all time. She will not be marginalised in her family or in art. This is the world that women made.
Well, the winner of the British Academy Scotland Award for Factual Series is Britain's Whale Hunters, The Untold Story.
It's a strange thing to have you back in my face with all these years past. I guess I just got used to my space. I don't know how to feel. This whole thing seems so surreal. So you keep one foot out the door. I know I said leave, but baby, don't go.
Well, thank you very much, BAFTA Scotland. I'm quite pleased we didn't show the clip with huge whales being chopped up just this soon before dinner. Might not have gone down there. Might spoil the appetites a little bit. When we were looking into this series and the more we found out about it, the more gobsmacked we were about what we were discovering, that the centre of British whaling, or the centre of the world's whaling in the early 20th century was on a British island, South Georgia. The biggest whaling company in the world was Scottish. And it would have been really easy to go along with a sort of modern environmental guilt approach to it all. But what was really important, we felt, was to try and contextualise it. And so important in that was the ex-whalers that we spoke to and we interviewed for the series. And huge thanks must go to them for their warmth and their honesty in speaking about this time of their lives, which for many of them was an amazing period of their lives. And also a huge thanks, and part of the success of the series goes down to Adam Nicholson, very, very talented presenter who managed to bridge the gap between those whaling years and today. And that's down to his lyricism at explaining the difference, and his emotional intelligence at doing that. And I think also huge thanks to a couple of people who can't be here, Adam Scott, the tireless producer on the series, and Andrew Palmer and Will Anderson, the execs at Keo. Thank you also to BBC Scotland, Craig Hunter, Claire Patterson for making it all possible, and Keo North for making it such an enjoyable, a real joy of a production to make. So how often can you say that? It really was. So thanks to all of them, and this really is the icing, the very delicious icing on a rich cake made with whale blubber-free margarine, I'm sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.